Hello everyone, Darian Thomas here with The Third Eye, an insight into higher living. Today I'm here to speak with you all about one of my most sacred and profound experiences that I've had personally, and it was my first time going through a past life regression, which didn't really have any type of past life aspects to it necessarily, but nonetheless it was incredibly powerful. It was my first time being hypnotized and having a hypnotherapist work with me before. So here we go. And
remember to subscribe.
my past life regression was in Sedona, Arizona. It was one of the first time that I went to Sedona after my spiritual awakening. And what I experienced, like I said before, was profound. I basically went through a process which is very typical where with the therapist, we spoke about different things that I wanted to address, different things that were going on in my family dynamic, different things that had gone on in my past, and she got kind of a lay of the land of who I am personally and what I wanted to dive into or possibly work with. When we started the experience, she had me lie down and I closed my eyes. She helped me to relax. And I went into a relaxed state where she had me walk down 10 steps of stairs. Now, she told me that I was going to meet my inner child or reconvene with my inner child after I walked through the doorway at the bottom. So I go through the 10 steps and then I open a door, and at this point I instantly started having a very, very strong vision. And what I saw very clearly in front of me was this young version of myself, and it was kind of leaned down, crouched down, playing with some cars and some toys in a little bit of an opening of a forest. There was like a forest surrounding him, and he was playing, and he saw me above him, and he looked up and he was surprised at first, and then he got very happy and he smiled and he reached out his hand, and I intuitively just grabbed his hand, and he started taking me and walking me through this forest. Now, something that I want to say is that this all started happening. The only thing that she told me and kind of guided me to do was go down the stairs, and then that she told me and kind of primed me for knowing that my inner child was going to be there. But she didn't tell me anything about him playing with cars or being in a forest or like having these specific types of expressions or reaching out for my hand. That all just started happening organically and naturally. And what happened almost the entire time after this was her asking me, what is going on? What is going on? What is going on? And I was just filling her in on everything that was happening. So this experience just came through from the depths of myself, and it started to blossom forth from myself. And it's one of the reasons why it was so profound. It was one of the reasons why I feel so good recommending it to other people, and also why I've done similar things in the future from that point, and why I firmly believe and know and am actually getting ready to begin my own journey of doing this own inner work on my own without a guide, because I've done enough works in all other areas of my life to where it all feels like the healthy, organic time for this to be happening for me, my heart has been telling me, it's been saying, Darian, it's time for you to do your own inner work, and you don't really need a guide. All you need to do is get yourself in this state and allow your heart to guide you through these experiences. Allow your subconscious, if you will, your inner child, and ultimately your sacred divine spirit, your higher self. So that was kind of a preface to help you understand that this is all just happening very naturally and organically, and this is what I think can happen for most of us. So back to what was happening was we were walking through this forest, and then the forest started to open, and right in front of me there was this giant open space and this huge golden white glowing emanating staircase that was going up into the sky and the clouds, and there was a giant golden white glowing palace that was in front of me. And we walked up to the stairway and just started going up it, and all along this area and all around the stairs were these floating noble angelic beings who were floating around, and they were very like calmly and serenely and nobly welcoming me and greeting me and saying hello. And it was like almost like they had missed me, and they were really glad to see me. And it was a really warming and positive experience for me, and feeling that was ignited as I was walking up this stairway, being greeted by so many of these like really noble beings. And so we're walking up, and then I think we went through some clouds, and then on top of that, once we got to the top of the stairway, was this giant doorway, which was the entrance to the palace. And so we walk up to the door, open it, and walk through, and it was huge on the inside, and there right directly in front of me was a golden fountain that had golden liquid coming out and shooting down. And my inner child, just directly this entire time, has been holding my hand, and he walked me forward, and he grabbed like a golden cup or chalice, and he just dipped it down inside of this liquid, filled it up, and then handed it forward to me. And I took it and I drank it, and then right at this moment, after that happened, then the regressionist, she said, okay, now what I want you to do is go into a room upstairs, and this is the point where she actually took over, because there was things that we had spoken about during the preface of this experience, where she knew that I wanted to speak with certain individuals about things, which was my mother, my father, and actually my manager at the time. And so I went into this room, and she introduced these people, and they came forth one by one. We spoke about different things. I kind of explained to her what was going on, and one by one I went through these experiences. And then due to the time allotment and the window that we had to work together with, there was kind of a short thing where this little experience was short, and then we had to finish it. I think in total it was like an hour and a half, but like the first 45 minutes or hour was us talking about different things and gathering information, and then the actual regression was about maybe 30 minutes or less. So it wasn't that long of a time, and it was actually one thing that I've always kind of felt from that time, is that I really wanted to just continue experiencing this experience, because it was so profound and special and meaningful and sacred to be connecting with my, inner child, and have him take me on this journey through a forest to a golden palace where he fed me these golden sacred liquids. And but everything happened the way that it needed to happen. And right afterwards, I was filled with this feeling of fullness and wholeness, and I remember radiating out to all these different people at this metaphysical shop where this took place. I mean, I was just having really incredible synchronicities happen. And actually, this is going to be a part one of the 2 times that I've had experiences like this. The second time wasn't actually a regression, it was what they call a soul retrieval. But it's very interesting the way that I actually ended up having something very similar happen. And I'll just go ahead and say it, so I give you guys a little teaser. But I ended up drinking a golden liquid in this second experience. So I won't take too much more time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this the part 1 of the regression series. I'm going to go into the part 2 after this. And if there are any questions that you guys have, please reach out to me through the comments. And feel free to ask. I would love to have more feedback and input from you guys to know what things you'd like me to clarify on, or any videos that you'd like me to do in the future. So remember to subscribe and hit the like button if you do like it. And so much love to every single one of you on this journey that you're on. It's very meaningful. And so from the very depths of my heart, I am so grateful for you to hold this space for me to express one of the most meaningful experiences of my life. And I will get into the following videos more deeply as to what is actually going on here, because the soul retrieval ties a lot of this together in a really cool way. So much love, you guys and ladies, all of you. If you like that judo chop and you want to see more,